All right, let's try something a little different today. We're going to do a really simple, super quick, like 2-minute experiment to help you figure out your own unique intuitive strengths. You ready to find out what your psychic type is? Let's jump right in.
So I have a question for you. What's your strongest psychic sense? Now, you might be thinking, I don't even have one. But here's the thing. We all do. And believe it or not, in just the next few minutes, we're going to figure out exactly what yours is.
Okay, so this isn't going to be one of those typical online quizzes with a bunch of questions. Note, this is all about using your imagination. It's a creative exercise. All you have to do is follow along with my voice, and I promise, when we get to the end, it's all going to click.
All right, so to really get the most out of this, go ahead and find a spot where you can just chill out for a minute or two without being interrupted. The whole idea here is to just get relaxed, open, and ready to see what comes up.
So go ahead and get comfortable now. Whenever you feel ready, just gently close your eyes. Let's take a couple of nice deep breaths, in and out. Perfect. The only goal here is to relax your mind, relax your body, and just be open to whatever happens. Ready?
Okay, let's begin. And remember, there are absolutely no right or wrong answers. Seriously, whatever pops into your mind, just let it be there. Don't judge it, just notice it. Let your imagination run wild.
So, with your eyes still closed, I want you to imagine you're standing on a beautiful beach. It's a warm, sunny day. Just picture it in your mind. Now, let's bring your awareness down to your feet. Imagine you're standing right where the waves gently roll in. Can you feel that cool, wet sand squishing up between your bare toes? And what else can you feel? Notice that gentle breeze blowing in from the ocean, just brushing across your skin. And feel that wonderful warmth of the sun on your face, on your arms. Okay, now, let's shift to what you can hear. Listen. Can you hear the seagulls calling way up high? And farther down the beach, you can just make out the happy sounds of children playing and laughing. You know, all this sun is making you a little thirsty. And as you look down the beach, you see it, a little lemonade stand. So you decide to walk on over and get yourself a nice cold glass. You bring the glass to your lips and take a big sip. Imagine that taste, so cold, that perfect mix of tart and sweet. Really try to taste that lemonade. All right, now very gently, just start to bring your awareness back into the room you're in. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit, and whenever you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Welcome back. So, just take a second here. What was that like for you? What was the most vivid part of that little trip to the beach? Because how you experienced all of that, well, that's the whole key to everything.
So you're probably wondering, okay, what does that all mean? Right? How does imagining sand between my toes tell me anything about psychic abilities? Well, let's break it all down.
Okay, so here's the cool part. Think of our psychic senses as just quieter, more subtle versions of our physical senses. For every way we experience the world physically, there's a psychic counterpart. And that little beach trip we just took? It was specifically designed to see which one of yours is the strongest. This is where the magic happens. Let's match up your experience. So, if you mostly saw everything, like the images of the beach and the lemonade stand were super clear in your head, that's clairvoyance or psychic vision. Now, what if you primarily felt it all? You know, the sand, the sun, the breeze. That points to clairsentience, which is psychic feeling. But maybe for you, the sounds were the most vivid part? The seagulls, the kids playing? If that's you, you're looking at clairaudience or psychic hearing. And finally, there's another one. What if you didn't get a ton of sensory details, but you just knew you were there? You were just following the story as if it were real. That, my friend, is claircognitions, a really powerful psychic knowing.
But wait, there's more. We can get even more specific here. Did you actually taste that lemonade? Like maybe your mouth even started to water a little bit? That's a sign of what's called clairgustance or psychic tasting. And what about smelling? Did you catch a whiff of that salty sea air? If so, that would be clairaudience or psychic smelling. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, so this is about way more than just slapping a cool label on yourself. The real power in knowing this is so you can start to recognize your intuition when it pops up in your day-to-day life. This is a genuinely practical tool you can start using right now.
And this is the most important takeaway of all. I really want you to hear this. The way you experience that beach scene in your mind, that is the exact same way your intuitive messages are going to feel in real life. That little visualization just gave you the signature feeling,
the blueprint for what to pay attention to.
So here's how you use it. If you're strong in clairvoyance, your intuition might be a quick flash of an image in your mind's eye. If you're clairsentient, you're the one who gets those classic gut feelings, or maybe a sudden wave of chills for no reason. And if you're clairaudient, you might hear a little voice in your head giving you a heads up. You see, this test just helped you find your personal broadcast channel for intuition.
And that really is just the beginning. The test might be over, but your real-life experiment starts right now. Now that you know your own intuitive style, what have you been missing? What subtle messages has the universe been trying to send you this whole time? And maybe more importantly, now that you know how to listen, what are you going to do with what you start to hear?